Tony T, yes, Ramon Yo. To the double TV funnel in these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning scheme is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam here on Sunday, June the 9th on the Tony'sPicks.com YouTube channel. As I get you ready here for the sports betting day on Sunday, we'll be previewing the action, including, apparently, Game 2 of the NBA Finals tonight with the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics. Yeah, they figured it out. They're going to play a game here finally after 3 more days. Game 2, you wonder why the ratings are down. You wonder why interest is waning. You got big-time blowouts. Well, it wasn't a total blowout. It was a blowout, but we'll see what happens in Game 2 tonight. How about the NHL last night? And a dominating performance by the Florida Panthers, and Bobrovsky getting his just due a little bit. The standout goalie with a star performance. 3-0. Florida takes the lead in the Stanley Cup Finals. 1-0. I guess I'm on my way, to that futures winner, but we'll see. Long way to go. Hopefully we'll enjoy more than just 4 or 5 games. We need all the games we can get here in the middle of summer, because we'll try to find some other sports to bet on here right now. Let's get it going with that first team play here today. Oh, a couple things. Let me first hit on this Steam play that just came in. By the way, as I look at it here now, Milwaukee and Detroit. This one getting steamed to the over today here with Wilson going up against Scuba. We talked about that Brewer offense yesterday. There were 9 runs scored in the game. Scuba's been decent. We'll preview the game, but right now the total is moving higher here this morning as our first live Steam play. There really hasn't been too much steam this morning, so I would actually expect us to kind of get hit with some here, and maybe even in college baseball too, where we'll have 5 more games today, including one Game 3 today with Evansville and Tennessee. Tennessee's a big favorite, but they still got to a third game, and the other series as well will maybe get some steam, I would think, in there today. And let's see, we'll preview WNBA with 4 games today in the WNBA. And we had action yesterday, of course, with the big game between the Liberty and Connecticut. Can't believe I didn't hit anything in the WNBA yesterday. That was the first time all season we couldn't come up with something yesterday. Here, we had the Liberty on the show. Give us a little bit of credit for that. It might have been pretty popular yesterday with bettors, despite Connecticut coming in undefeated. It felt like there was some support overall for the Liberty here in the chat, and generally overall, but also Atlanta controlled Chicago in that other game yesterday. So we'll preview it and let you know what else is going on here today. I think we're going to look at a CFL game possibly. We'll look at maybe the other game in the UFL. So, just try to find a few things to get rolling with here as we get started with our show here today. So, all right. Let's see. There was a little bit of other plays that came in. There was a little. Maybe I can just report on that. Oh, right now, set to begin here. Right, going right now with Zverev and Alcaraz French Open men's final. Right now, Alcaraz is going to be a favorite here in this one. He's favored minus 270 to 300 right now. If you're looking to get in on some tennis action, I'm going to take Zverev plus 4.5 games. I'll lay about, I think, $1, maybe $1.35 max, but might not be that much. I'm going to grab Zverev here. Again, I just wonder, hey, so far so good for Alcaraz. That elbow's held up quite nicely, but he's going to be in for a strong test here with Zverev here today. And like I said yesterday with Iga, her match will be over before we're even done with the morning steam. Well, that's not going to be the case here today. These guys will probably be playing for a good couple of hours after the show here today. Not to mention, we'll get right into the baseball here in just a moment. The game from London, it goes off in the top of the hour. We're going to be on the air when the Major League Baseball game is on with the Phillies and the Mets. And the Phillies took it to him. How about Bryce Harper with a soccer slide? He hit the home run and he celebrated like he scored a goal. He got kind of caught up in that fake turf. He almost fell over on his face and face planted, but I think for effect he achieved what he was looking to do, and that was cool. And the Phillies smashed here, but the steam that has come in on this game already, just want to note it right now. We'll still preview it, and I'll make a pick in just a moment, but because the line's moving here, maybe we can give out the pick. Actually, I want to go over in the game from London. Hey, I learned my lesson yesterday. I see what's happening here, and I would think with Quintana going up against Walker here, I'm going to go over as my pick here today. Just want to get it out right now. Maybe we'll still talk about it for a moment when everybody gets in here, but the total has moved from as low as 10.5 over 20 on the opener, and now we're looking at 11.5 under 15. So odds makers expecting more runs today, and also I think feels like bettors, feels like handicappers, feels like you guys. What do you guys think? And will we get that kind of performance? Look, it went under. I'm not saying I learned my lesson yesterday. I gave out the Mets here as what it was. Um, uh, on the show yesterday, but we did have the under. It held on, but right now this total moving much higher, and I'm going to be on it here. I want to go over with the Phillies and the Mets today, and I just want to talk about that now before it gets any higher. Is what I'm doing. And the move has also been on the Mets here. I've got a premium pick on this game, so I'm not going to get too much into it. And I'll go over to tonyspicks.com in just a moment, show you what's going on. But I want to say hello to everyone, see what everybody's talking about, and see if I've missed anything. There's a little bit of golf today. Scotty Scheffler's already won the tournament, like we said, but just mark a little something down here. All right. And let me say hello to some folks. Who got here first? Who's in the house? Nobody was here when I got here. I figured I'd just go home, except I'm already here. Thomas Lewis was here today to get us started off. And here's Doubles and Lego World. Fernando here today on Fernando Island. And let's see what else we got. Oh, I see Doubles got. I didn't know Doubles had double emojis, double avatars. Futon Bets is here as well. Twisted cashed the WNBA. I should have rolled with Twisted. What was I thinking? I'm going to mark down whatever Twisted has, WNBA. Well, I don't know. I might be committed in the WNBA, actually. We'll see. think I've got the picks I'm going to bring on the show here, but great day, he said. UFC, and I had a UFC cost me yesterday. I did not have a good UFC time. Darn it. So Fernando was good. Everybody was good. I was a sub 500, that's for sure. So help me out today. And Impala's here, rolling with the Phillies yesterday. Damon's here today. He wants the Phillies. Shout out, Damon. And we'll still preview it, kind of official here. Thomas ready to get going on the train and ride it. Lego World says the Mets come back and do it today. Justin's here today. Twisted talking a little college baseball. I haven't, seen too much going yet, but I expect we'll be hearing from the Sharps here momentarily on a lot of those games. And I missed it, Twisted. I took the loss. I think I mistimed the market there, and I ended up with a loser. So hopefully, if maybe subscribers got it. I don't feel like it was a winner there yesterday, but some people may have. There is a doubt. There is a chance that some people did pick up the win where I did not. All right. Well, I hope it's a big day over there, and like I said, we'll have more college baseball. There's just 5 games today, but I would imagine that we'll be hearing from them. I mean, they clicked on a lot of good plays, I thought, yesterday when we heard from the Sharps, including what they take? I think they took West Virginia in the runs, right? That was a winner, and the under in that game, 2-1 final. And I know they were on Evansville and all those runs yesterday. I know they were on Connecticut in the over, right? For a couple of winners from the Sharps, and also A&M and over, and also Florida. So I think the Sharps, the Steam, had a pretty good day there in that college baseball. Let's be on the lookout for that. Elliot Jameson didn't like it, though. Well, that was the one, certainly, that I know the Steam struck out in that one because of, what was it, 12-0 in the first inning or something like that? That one just got out of hand. All right. I think I've already caught up here. Fernando got a little system play action here from football, it seems like, here today. I don't think I'm going to be looking too much into the football schedule. But how about right now, Mexico with the big time loss? I thought Fernando called. Was that Fernando that called that one yesterday, right? And man, big time victory there for Brazil. But how about even more so, Colombia lighting up the United States, and now that we've got a problem wherever. Well, I was gonna say, but the game was played where at Kyle Field, right? Oh no, that was the Mexico game that was played at Kyle Field. What a party that must have been. I was going to say College Station, we have a problem, but that U.S. played in Landover, Maryland. I remember now. But still, 5-1, and now heads are rolling the U.S. all of a sudden here. Not good timing to be looking like you might want to be firing the coach. So big disaster here. U.S. loses their friendly to Colombia 5-1. I think a lot of people saw it coming. It looked like the action was heavy on Colombia. All right. And let's take a look now with, I'm going to go over to Tony'sPicks.com and see who did well on the handicapper leaderboards and see who's hot. And shout out the winners from yesterday. And then we'll get right going because of a lot of great sports today. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. And it's Proby Samba Murdy. You're always going to get great value with Proby. Had a big volume day as always. 15 and 8 here for Proby. 6.5 units. How about Solo? Jonathan Malone, perfect 5-0 day. Great job, Solo. Ruben Marlboro, 80%. Come to Marlboro Country. And so there's doubles, 67% yesterday for Scott Doubles Shooty there. Ron Crawford, strong performance, 73%. Joseph Schultz won his only plays. What do you know? Tony T, just 75% yesterday, another winning day. Hollywood Sam, 75%. There's Stephen Duncan, Pearl of Wisdom, right there with 6 winners he rolled. Daniel Walasachuk, winning day. Ron Hahn, winning day as well. Nick Lagaretos, a winning day. And CJ Sturgeon. Over the last 7 days at Tony'sPicks.com, it's Stephen Duncan on top, nearly 8 units for Pearl of Wisdom on top of the handicapper leaderboards at Tony'sPicks.com. Sean Ace Dinwiddie, he's up there at nearly 7 units of profit. Ruben Marlboro there, 67% over the last 7 days. Ron Hahn, 666 for Ron in his profit here over the last 7 days. Tiffany Mance up there as well. Last 30 days, Danny Dimes up over 11 units. Ron Hahn also 11 units. Tony T up 9.5 units. Brandon Check up here since his return to the site, up over 7 units. And Ruben Marlboro up 6 3/4 units. Hit us up over at Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code Tony T at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages, including mine here on Sunday. I've got the game. I've got the early game in Major League Baseball up for $15 right now. If you want to get my opinion on that one, I'm going to give you a little more opinion on it in just a moment. Maybe you can just read between the lines. But if you want to support me, go over to Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code Tony T at checkout and get my Major League Baseball Sunday London discount best bet. And I also have a 7-pack there of games, 5 in baseball, 1 in the WNBA, and the NBA game tonight for $30. Use the promo code Tony T at checkout. This is the way you support me here on the site. You want to keep me coming back? Maybe get my picks here today. I'd really appreciate it. If you get this, any of these packages today, I promise I'll come back and do it again tomorrow. All right. Also, that goes for all of our handicappers. Use that promo code Tony T at checkout and save 20%. All of the packages must show a profit. For example, in the 7-pack, I better go at least 4 and 3 on this package, or you're going to get credits back to your account. You can get more picks from the crew who wants you to have a winning experience here at Tony'sPicks.com. All right. Appreciate you listening to that. And like I said, it's really a great way to support me here on the channel. I don't have any other, this is my e-commerce solution here. So please subscribe to my packages, get my plays today. I'll have a few more plays. I think I might have as many as 10 here. I'm thinking really like this baseball card, but I've saved some winners here. Just moments ago, as I was talking, you might have heard the steam in the background. We've got to move on the under in the game between Baltimore and Tampa Bay. Steam rolling in here on the under. We'll preview the game in a little while here in a few moments and get the plays out to you. Get my plays out to you and get your plays ready for me here in just a moment. And I'm checking out some of the other action here. There were a few other moves in baseball that came in overnight, including Colorado Rockies. There's not very many, so usually I wouldn't cover them like this. But Rockies Cardinals under 9 was overnight steam. Came in about 2:30 in the morning Eastern time. Also, just before we came on the air here, well, maybe about an hour or so before we came on the air, Mariners Royals under was the steam at 8. So I've seen a lot of 7.5s out there now. That's one I'm going to be giving out. If not already, I'll tell you about it. But Mariners Royals under has kind of already been steamed a little bit. So use that one here on the show. It almost made my card as a premium for sure. And the Guardians and Marlins game to go over. We've seen the Guardians and their dominating performance again here against the Marlins yesterday. The Sharps have moved over 8.5. It's a little bit, man, that's a lot for what's going on with the Marlins offense maybe right now. But that's what happened anyway on that total. So, okay, let's get ready to go. We're going to start, of course, with basketball. I can get into position here and get in place and get ready, everybody. As we get, where are all my, where are the notes? They've been sitting there collecting dust here for a few days with our game between the Mavericks and the Celtics. Game 2. Hey, we don't even have our. Didn't even have it updated. Why not put it down that Boston leads here in the series 1-0 after a relatively dominating performance in game 1. There we go. Leads 1-0. And, Dallas was able to fight back and kind of bring it a little bit closer, right? I thought a little bit, looked like if they could just bring it maybe into single digits a little bit, that maybe they could kind of get it home somehow, or maybe even get within the number. I was on the losing side. Of course, I've talked about it already with the fact that, I'm on, I'm on the Dallas Mavericks here in the series. So that's going to make it a little bit, difficult here. Obviously, I got to get one of these games now. The one thing that I will point out, Boston, as dominant as they've been, winning 4-1, 4-1, and 4-0, right? Well, the one game that they did win in those other two series or the game that they lost in those other two series was game 2. So if I could bring anything to anybody's attention about how maybe I could make a case that this would be the flat spot for Boston, well, game 2 maybe would be it. Now, I went with them in game 1 and paid the price. I had in a premium, so probably going to just roll with Dallas here in this one as my play on the show. Want to give them every chance here. I love everything what Boston's doing. I'm trying to be realistic here. Did a great job. If anything, Dallas, big disappointment. Kidd gets a pretty bad rap, about not being a very good coach, but he's persevered for a very long time here through a few different teams, right? And I thought the Dallas Mavericks defense was legitimate down the stretch. I think all the experts talked about maybe the big difference for Dallas and their push to the postseason as well as in the playoffs have been because of the adjustments or the improvement in the defense. A team that really didn't have a lot of defensive enforcers or intensity or anything, and they've come through pretty strong. But last game, not so much. Maybe it was the scoring. Maybe it was Boston's defense. Boston's shot making was absolutely off the charts. Honestly, how could a team as good as they are repeat that performance in a championship level game, right? I mean, sure, if you're playing the regular season, next game up's another bum, and you can go out there and have a terrific and it was pretty much off the charts, but considering the stakes, right? You have to say there might be some regression if you're just one of those regression to the means type of people. Maybe Dallas is overmatched here. I don't think so. So I'm going to take the Mavs. Let's start to get your plays here, and I think it'll probably be just. I think it'll be just mixed. It feels like I think Dallas is still going to get some support. And Luka after a loss. Celtics looking good. Oh, Fernando, yeah, that does. I mean, that is a disappointment. I mean, especially if all right. Bob twisted here. Howard's here today. Elliot's worried about paying his taxes. My suggestion is always pay taxes on all your income. That solves everything. That's what the government would like you to do. Here's Darren here today, and we're starting to get the plays here. 72 Impala on Boston. And Blake says, give me the Mavs. And thank you, Doubles. Thank you for clearing that up. Please, thank you very much for doing that.
Steam play.
I want to get you the first of a Steam play here right now while we're talking this basketball game, but starting to see the first. I knew we'd get the action here. There's only 5 games, but again, I think these college baseball moves are so important because these definitely move, right? It's not one where it's a half a run sometimes. How about Kentucky and Oregon State? This total is moving lower right now from 13.5 currently at this time. Kentucky and Oregon State today. I believe it is the last game on the card today, with Kentucky actually favored in the game by about $1.45 or so, maybe also by a run and a half here. But our first steam move, if you're looking to get some college baseball, again, I'm not here to break it down. I mean, there's a lot there. This is a niche. Talk about niche sports. You really got to. To me, I do use the market. And in fact, interestingly enough, talking about it is that this one has already moved considerably here to, let's see, 12.5 at some spots. So we're already seeing moves upwards of a run in this game. And this steam just came out. Kentucky and Oregon State under 13.5. Continue on with your plays now. Let's continue on with more college baseball steam because it's coming in right now. Clemson and Florida, they're moving on the total here. They're moving on the total over 13 runs. So this one's going to move here right now. I'm showing 12.5 right now at a couple of books, and I'm already seeing 13.5 at some. So if you can get anything in that 12.5 range, that sounds golden right about now, quite honestly, and something maybe I might even be interested in. So there's a big move right there with Clemson and Florida game to go over here, 13, but there are 12.5s out there to be had at this point. It's only going to go higher. So looks like runs there in that one. Clemson and Florida. Hit me with these plays here right now on the basketball game. I just had to interrupt there. That's what we're going to do. And SMS first flick. I don't know if he's saying take the Celtics here on the money line, on the straight money line. And Randy Moss. Randy Moss is starting a new game show called Straight Cash Homie. All right, here's Boston. First half here, -4 for Darren. All right, Thomas here. Oh, too high line on the money line. Elliot Jameson here. Let's get a little more college baseball. They're gonna settle their totals early here. It sounds like Texas A&M and Oregon moving under 12.5. And man, you can have this one at one book right now. I'm seeing a 13.5, and this one's moving lower. So Texas A&M and Oregon at this point, they're moving under 12.5. I'm staring right at a book right now showing a 13.5. It can go the other way. Maybe you've been here a few times with me, though. I don't know. Do you ever look at the line later? And I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not here predicting things. I'm just giving out the line moves. But do you ever go back and say, you know what, on Morning Steam, that one was moving that, and there it is. And now I went to look at it, and I've already, not your fault or mine. It's just the way it goes, right? The line moves to the, usually to the side that's going to hit. And sometimes you miss that value and still lose, but you're like, boy, that one moved on me. And that was a Morning Steam, play that, where Ramon was saying the line was moving big time, and sure enough, it did. All right. Hey, Twisted's got his plays there. A lot of hoop. And, we'll talk about the WNBA for sure because we got more Commissioner's Cup action. I think that game yesterday, that went a long ways for the Liberty. Feels like they've got it in the East. And in the West, we'll know more today. It feels like we'll know today for sure. It's tough. There's only 5 games this time around, not 10. So maybe some of the analysts out there maybe didn't know that there was only 5 games in the tournament this time around because it's always been 10 games before. But with the Olympic interruption, and well, I guess I wanted to, I'll get to the WNBA stuff. I do want to dial back my comments yesterday about Caitlin Clark, so stay tuned for that. Remind me of that if I forget. Fernando over in the game here. Dallas to get it through the back door. Thomas, Dallas, Boston to win, Dallas to cover. Let's pray for a close game for once. Can we get some excitement here? Can we get a buzzer beater or something, anything? Mavs cover on, says Brent. SMS says that, Kyrie and Luka are the 2 best players. Maybe they are. I think people think Kyrie's a little bit washed. And I kind of want to think he is too, but it really doesn't. Even though what happened, I'm not talking last game even. But he is a little bit too up and down maybe to think that he's elite anymore, right? It's when you got extreme inconsistency, that's usually a sign of at least on the downslope. Kay wants the Celtics today. Thanks, Elliot, for that cool, all that cool prediction right there, all laid out nicely there. Will they do it again? And here's Solo. There's Solo. Great job on your picks yesterday, Solo. Great job. All right. Double's going to lean to the Mavericks here. 72 Impala's ready to roll. And don't forget, we're just 20 minutes away. We better get to the baseball so we get a pick out. I got a premium in that baseball game. Let us know if you got a premium, guys, in the chat, Doubles and Solo, and anybody else, any other cappers coming along here today? Justin likes that over, it looks like. Here comes Elliot with another pick there. Should be some good games today. We're getting ready for the World Series. We'll see. We'll see if we need any more games tomorrow. I would imagine we'll get at least 1 or 2, but 3 of them ended yesterday in just 2-game sweeps. All right, yeah, Jeff, isn't it right? And I don't mean to tease you. I certainly punched in the exact slow lines that I did on the big B, if you know what I mean. But the little B or the BOL, they're a little bit fast. BOL is kind of the place where you're supposed to kind of look. BOL and DraftKings, you could sit there. You could sit. One thing that was we were off the air at that time, but here's Elliot. Did we say go over in Clemson? I'll punch it up real quick. Sorry about that. I'm punching plays in, but pardon me. But when they had in the previous round when they had the second games, man, I tell you what, you talk about the lines were flying around there when they post the lines and they had the short rest in between the last games. I was having some real fun there. For someone like me that this is all I love. I was like, whoa. I was like, let's order food and party with the screen. All right. Twisted Dallas up. Take the payout. Okay, is that what it was? Yeah. So far, it's been Kentucky, Oregon State under 13 and a half. And again, the farther it gets, the less strong it is, uh, certainly. But Kentucky, Oregon State under 13 and a half, Clemson, Florida over 13, and Texas A&M, Oregon under 12 and a half. And there's some night games tonight. There's no doubt about it. The Kentucky game is at 6 p.m. and Texas A&M, Oregon is 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. All right. Right, Jeff, that's yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Elliot. And so it's Kentucky finish. Kentucky, Oregon State under, Clemson, Florida over, Texas A&M, Oregon under. And that's all we have so far, but I would expect probably both other games to see a move by the time we get off the air, it feels like. Especially considering what we saw yesterday on the air. Okay, we're done. I think we've got all the comments in. Unless you have any more basketball picks, but my pick here is going to be on the Dallas Mavericks. I'm going to make it my free pick here. I'm on Dallas to win the series. Hey, they got to win one of the games on the road. I got my future, my series pick here on Dallas. So they're going to have to win one of them. So this seems like the best one. Game 2 anytime now, right? But nonetheless, see what they get here in Game 2 tonight and enjoy. And man, you just don't want to see it broken, right? With another 25-point lead, one way or the other. I mean, what if Dallas? I mean, it would be a shocker, but it should be a shocker either way, one way or the other. I mean, but it wouldn't be crazy if Dallas had a big lead. The way these NBA games are. Okay, that's it. Let's go to baseball. Let's go to London. Cheerio. Where all week they've been trying to figure out if the prime minister he left the D-Day ceremony to go do a television interview because this guy's a genius. All right. At least he didn't go to the baseball. At least didn't leave the D-Day ceremony to go to the baseball game. It was a couple days ago, but Mets and Phillies game 2 here in London. And it looked like it was going to get away. I had the total under as my premium pick, and well, we got there somehow and stayed under, but really felt like the Phillies started to bash it there with the home runs and Bryce Harper really taking it, really adopting it, going over there. And I don't know, it seemed like the fans may have been a little bit partial to the Phillies. I wouldn't know, maybe the Phillies feel more American, where you got New York, where York, you figure that's an English named city. That's how they kind of came up with New York. Anyways, Phillies looked pretty strong yesterday with a big run outburst. I've already given out the over in this game. In fact, I don't think it's 11 under anymore. It's mostly 11 and a half under here for the most part. It's 11 and a half over now at a few books. This thing might be headed to 12. Watch out. Let's call it 11 and a half. Let's call it 11 and a half right now. But with Quintana and Walker, and maybe certainly these guys have troubling numbers coming in, but we know that there are also two pitchers that these type of veterans could possibly come through. But both guys have a 7 ERA over their last few starts. Quintana 7 ERA over his last 5 starts. Walker a 7 ERA over his last 3 starts. But the Mets are 1-6. Behind Quintana in his last 7 starts, and the Phillies, despite Walker's problems, they've won 4 out of his last 6 starts, and the Phillies, of course, have now won 7 of their last 8 games. They have gone under in 9 straight games, mind you, but still, the Phillies have gone over in 6 straight starts by Walker. So I'm going to end up on the under. I'm going to chase that steam here a little bit and think that maybe what we saw yesterday here, remember, we are starting the game. It was a night game yesterday. I'm not too into the dynamics of the day over there in London and maybe how it will affect them. But certainly the experts here have been moving this line higher, right? When I say sometimes I rely on the line move and respect the line move, it's because I've got a world full of experts moving this line here. Granted, if I like the other side, I'm happy about it, but sometimes you got to respect what's going on. Let's see if you got anything here. The fun game between the Mets and the Phillies has been pretty cool to see here. Here is Phillies under again. So Thomas going under. Mets and over for Twisted. Phillies money line because the Mets are being the Mets right now. Fernando went over. He probably got a good line from yesterday. And, SMS saying, got a right-hander in there today this time. And Elliot says it's 11 at FanDuel. Ron's here today. Ron off of a great day yesterday. Hello to Ron. He likes the Phillies on the run line. Thanks, Ron. Been loving your videos also over there on the other network. Really cool. Really, and doubles in his videos as well. Okay, great. It looks like Thomas here did take the under, as he said. Ron just rolling with Philly at this point. Like I said, I took him. I think I thought 11-1. That was a pretty fair price for that World Series future, and it's obviously gone down. So guess I'm on a little bit of Philly every day. All right. I think we got some good numbers out there in this one, and we'll just roll with that here. I'm going to take the over. I'm going to respect this here. And we saw the ball start to fly. It looked like for a while there, right? Especially considering what I said about some of the London games, how they've had some high scores. And I did go with the under, and we got the win. But, man, when it felt like the Phillies were putting those runs up and it was 6-1 or whatever it was, you were like, whoa, Philly could get away from it here. But their pitching also did a good job because they're a pretty good quality team. And, yeah, maybe the Mets are being the Mets, not giving a good representation here. You don't want them to get blown out necessarily today on the international stage. I don't know if yesterday's game was more of a feature. Again, this one's a day game over there. That one was a night game for the most part. The game yesterday started at, I believe, 6 p.m. In London, and today here it's going to be 3 p.m. So I think that's right. I think we're on 8 hours right now from. All right. I think we got it here. Oh, I forget. All right, we get into the rest of the card now. Let's talk about the Giants here and Keaton Wynn on the road against Nathan Eovaldi. Big price here for the Rangers. Man, did they just turn it around here on the Giants? And maybe Eovaldi, maybe a little bit of advantage in starting pitching here for the Rangers. We'll see. I feel like you got to still respect the Giants in any situation here in this role. You got the old, Bochy Bowl a little bit here to a certain extent with the Rangers in this one. And we'll get it going here right now with, like I said, big price, and the total sitting here currently at 8. For Wynn, he comes in really getting hit hard, but he has not pitched since, let's see here. May 14th. May 14th was his last start, so 19 ERA in his previous 3 starts. So here is a win in this one. He's probably not slated to do too much work here, so I'm sure the Giants will be piecing together things here today. For Eovaldi, he has been hot, so no doubt here. Maybe he could come in, and maybe it is a pretty good spot for Texas. Eovaldi 1-0 with a 1.86 earned run average in his last 4 starts, but man, just $1.70 here in any kind of situation doesn't feel quite right. Eovaldi has gone under in 8 of his 9 starts this season, and the Rangers have gone under in 18 of their last 23 games. However, the Giants have been a big time over of late. They've gone over in 16 of their last 24, and Wynn has gone over in all those 3 games that he got lit up pretty good. For the Rangers, they've lost 4 out of their last 5 games right now. Let's get some picks. It seems like they're backing up here from you guys. Here is Twisted on the Rangers and Fernando. Rangers money line and under. James is on the Rangers, double San Francisco. Elliot's got Rangers and under. And let's see here. I think Thomas is on the Rangers here. I think he just... All right, Rangers, but not $1.70. Yeah, see Brent saying that. So Giants not hitting, maybe Thomas says. Can the Rangers go on a run? When will the Rangers go on a run? Really, we're waiting. You'd think that, they have some pieces that still need to kind of come back. So they haven't really been at full strength. But still, in that division, you'd think like they could do. I know it's a little bit, top. I don't even want to say top heavy necessarily, but you got the weak teams in that division, and they should fare a little bit better here. So, all right, I'm probably going to make sure. I think I know what I'm doing, but I'll just check here, see if any other hot actions come in. I'm taking the under. Of course, let's play the game. How many unders can I have here today with Wynn and Eovaldi, Giants, and the Rangers? And that under currently at, I'm sure it's still, it's pretty much 8 everywhere, and I'll take the under. All right, the Braves with Waldrep going up against the Nationals and Hurts. Who are these? We can play. Who are these pitchers in this one? So always trust the Braves here, but man, it does seem like they keep having to pull another guy out. And how long can they keep this up? I mean, they're still looking pretty strong, 35 and 27 right now. But man, the poor Braves. I don't want to say it like that. I mean, they've had a lot of success. Certainly. Look, we had the Nationals here yesterday on the show, on the run line, and picked up a winner. I did drop it with a premium pick. Had the total under, and there were some runs yesterday. So I'm probably going to turn it around and figure I just got my hat handed to me yesterday, and I'll end up back on the over. Maybe because of our pitching situation here, and don't know, we haven't really seen much of these guys in the major leagues at all. So we certainly saw hers last time. Let's see here on the numbers here with that game. He had four runs and 4 innings pitched. So here comes Waldrop for the Braves, a first-round pick here from last year. 22-year-old coming up here for his first major league start in this one. He's from Georgia. So far, the numbers, he was 3-5 at double between his starts in Double A and Triple A so far this season with a 3.09 ERA went to Southern Miss, and was a longtime Braves fan, so he gets to be on the team that he always wanted to be on. And gets to start against Hertz here. They lost that game, by the way. It did go under in that game that Hertz started. The Nationals have dropped 6 of their last 9. The Braves have lost 14 of their last 23 currently. This total has gone all the way from like 8.5 over, maybe over 25, but I did see some 8.5s out there. Very early on, and we're seeing it now all the way up to 9.5 at most everywhere. So I can only give it out here on the show. I tell you, at 9, anything at 9 over, I was really at 9 over 15 or so, or maybe even 20. I was looking to go premium here after yesterday's Run Fest. Speaking of Run Fest, we've got a steam move right now. Get ready, guys. I want to get it to you quick if we can. Georgia, North Carolina State, over 16 runs. That's where the Sharps are moving in that one. We saw the massive runs yesterday in the first inning. This one, maybe it has already gotten hit a little bit here early on, but I'll take it over here. They're taking over 16 right now. I do see a couple of juiced 15.5s, but for the most part, I see 16 out there. I see 16.5 as well, but Georgia and NC State has gotten hit here to the over. That's 4 of the 5 totals. We've reported the move, and all I can say about it is, and I'm just stating the obvious. I mean, you don't even need the steam necessarily, other than the fact that it is happening right this moment. But it usually doesn't come back in these college baseball games. And if you think you like the other side, just wait. It may, you could tack on another run or two. All right, Braves, Nationals here with you guys. Let's see what you got. And here's Blake on the Nats. LC's here today. Says Waldrop gets rocked. And here's the thing, right, LC? First round draft choice. Look, that's great. And probably pretty good player in the future, right? I think it was like 23rd or 24th. But the Braves are just it feels like they're having to rush these guys along here, even if you're the Braves, even if you're the best scouting in the world like you do. And every pitcher you touch turns to gold. Still, to get them here this fast every time, we've seen all these guys, the Smith Schaubers of the world. They're good. They're all the Braves pitchers are good. But they still got to run, they got to get here, take their lumps a little bit too, right? It's unfortunate, right? Because some of these pitchers end up getting like a little bit of a bad rap. Oh, this guy sucks, came in major leagues. The guy's 22 years old. And they'll get better, right? Sometimes we remember guys when they were young, and we never give them the benefit of the doubt. Great plays. It's great to have Mike here again to confuse me all the time. Love you, Mike. Elliot says, you know what? Doesn't like that steam over. He's going to be getting the benefit of the doubt here, getting a little bit of bonus here with that turnaround today. All right, you guys got your plays in, it looks like, here on the game of the Braves and the Nationals, and I feel pretty solid here in this one. I'm going to go with the over here in this one. All right, let's keep going here on Major League Baseball Sunday with the Twins taking on the Pirates. And by the way, we're just underway here, just getting underway right now. In Major League Baseball, Mets and Phillies, just a couple of minutes here. So if you're ready to roll with your plays, and I don't want to look. I mean, got a handful of subscribers. We're going to let them. There are a million guys giving out plays. As soon as the game starts, I'll give you my play if you want to jump on board with my premium. But hopefully we'll get it right here. But I am going with the over in the Mets and the Phillies. That one just about to start right now with our Sunday, our early game on Sunday, right? But this time it's deserved. Okay, Twins. Pirates. And hey, had a premium pick winner yesterday with the Buccos. And how will they do today with their exciting young pitcher, Jared Jones? Here, he's definitely given a little bit back of late with a 5.24 ERA, but 2-1, 5.24 ERA in his last 4 starts, should mind you. But Pirates are 3-3 at home with Jones. He did pick up 2 wins in those 4 starts. Pirates have won 11 of their last 18 games, and they've gone over in 19 of their last 28. But the Twins, they've got Bailey Ober here, who's also struggled a bit of late with a 5.76 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's gone under in 7 of his last 10 starts, and the Twins have gone under in 11 of their last 14 games. The Twins, all of a sudden, they've lost 6 out of their last 7. The road isn't always too kind to them. They are 17-18, but I think there are some of their road wins. You see some of their opponents they had. It might be more of a struggle than you think for them on the road. That's kind of why I ended up, I think, yesterday kind of on the Pirates in that game, and really it was a pretty dominating, pretty strong performance. I mean, the Twins didn't do much offensively, so I don't really think they might. These pitchers have been bad, but I think of late, I won't say bad. These pitchers haven't been as effective of late. I think today maybe could be. Twins have gotten shut out in both the first 2 games. I don't know if it'll happen today. That would suck. But no runs against the Pirates. And, Justin can Justin can tell me how it is sometimes out there. You're not always expecting a team to get shut out in that beautiful stadium. But the Twins have had some up and downs with their bats here, certainly. And Pirates, like I said, they've been proof in the pudding, right? The Pirates have been going over in a lot of games, really, of late. They're just a 500 team at home, but I'm going to take the under here. I think I've already missed out. It says 8 under 15 there, but pretty sure it's 7.5 across the board, right? And in fact, I'm showing the Pirates are now the favorite in the game. I'm not reporting it as steam yet, but it wouldn't surprise me. Let me take a look at something here on the secret steam-o-meter down here, because I'm going to move the Pirates to the favorite here to probably at maybe even as high as $1.15 right now. Total, though, is definitely still 8 in a lot of places. Boy, that would almost, well, too late now. That would almost qualify for premium here. The reason I had moved it to my show play was I thought it was going to move down to 7.5 over, but it hasn't. So I like this one, and maybe these pitchers. I'm balk a little bit at these starters ERAs here, but I think I agree. Jones is still pretty good. Twist, for a young pitcher. Hey, look, not only talking about what. Agreeing there, yeah, thank you on that. Agreeing about the comments about the young pitchers getting rocked and they're being rushed along, but same thing here, right? With Jones, you could be, already. You figure, rookie. It's June. By the time, you'll regain a little bit if you're pitching well. You'll get some more chances, but the season wears on. You could get hit hard again. So, hey, Elliot, thanks for that. Join us here. Like and subscribe to this video. The 40,000 subscriber juggernaut, the 41,500 subscriber juggernaut, Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Tony built it, and we're just thankful to be here with you. So like and subscribe. Check out all our videos from our crew here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. All right, let's make it a clean sweep, 5 for 5 right now. The other steam play has rolled in. There's only 5 games. The totals of, officially moved here. Evansville, Tennessee, over 15.5. This one's, it's on the move, so we're going to probably jump on it here. Evansville and Tennessee going over 15.5 today. That's the move anyway. I'm already seeing a 16 out there to book. And I don't know. I guess that takes care. Hopefully, we'll get some sides out of these guys. They're splashing around, and they'll always take these totals. But really, I haven't seen anything yet on. I haven't seen anything yet on any of the sides. Okay, let's see here. So I think we might have. We do have the Cubs players that will be. Oh no, I thought we might get the players that were resting today, but not quite yet. Other than our game that's about to begin. I mean, we already know the lineups here for these guys. If you've already caught them, I'm not going to rehash them here with our game that's just about to start. Okay. Anyways, Twins here. Hey, I want to say hello to Arnold Valentine joining us today. He's got Martinez going under in his bases. Thomas on the Pirates money line. Blake says, "Give me the Bucks first 5." Hey, the Bucks so far. Jones, he's 5-4-3 in the first 5. The Bucks are 29, 26-9 in the first 5. For Bailey Ober, he's 6-4-1 in the first 5. Meanwhile, the Twins are a disturbing 26-33-5 in the first 5. Darren says he might take a Durfee here in this one and also under in the first 5. For Ober, he's allowed first inning runs in 5 of 11 starts. That's among the worst in baseball. Meanwhile, Jones, he's allowed a first inning run in 2 of 12 first innings. The Twins, they've scored first inning runs in an average of 17 of 64, maybe just a tick below average right now. Meanwhile, for the Pirates, they've scored a first inning run in 13 of 64, well below average. Fernando's on the Pirates, and he's on the under. Brent is on the Pirates. And everyone, it's the law. And he's on the under. Twins and under. Frankie Diamond joins us today. He's on the Twins money line. And that might be it for this one. We'll move on. Oh, here we go, SMS. And Jeff said, Ramon, check out the game from last week. Oh, Jeff, I hope we have time. I don't know. I'm not going to stall our game here right now real quick unless I can get to it real quick here. I don't want to keep our show going necessarily here. Oh, come on, baby. Run a little faster for me. All right. I think, I've got to move on. I've got the pick. All right, Mark, first 5 there. Here comes the Cubs and the Reds with Imanaga. What's going on with Imanaga? Going up against Frankie Montas here? Is that right? All right, for Imanaga here. What's going on with Imanaga? Could it be that maybe it was just, is he hitting a wall? Have they figured him out? Is the book out on Imanaga? Is this what we're going to be seeing here moving forward? His last 2 starts have not been pretty. The Cubs are still 9-2 with Imanaga. We rolled with the Reds both games so far, premium with the Reds here. They've won 11 of their last 12 of their last 15 games after yesterday's win. They've gone under in 7 of their last 8 at home. Coming into this one, the Cubs, they've dropped 3 straight right now. They're just 2-12 in their 2-10 in their last 12 games on the road. They've gone over in 8 of their last 11 games overall, but Imanaga's gone under in 8 of his last 11. I'm going to end up taking the under in this one. The Cubs, I'd have some concerns. Now, Montas here does have, let's see. Oops. Lost my place right there. Thomas, you talking about the last one? I made my play on that on the last game on the Pirates game was on the under. Is that the game where? Did I get it right? Okay, thanks. Darren on the Reds here. Twisted lean Cubs. All right, maybe not too much here. Reds have been cashing, but maybe time to stop riding the Reds train. Time to stop riding the Reds train. I don't know, man. It feels like I want a one-way ticket to wherever they're taking me. So with the under in that Twins game, I'm going to go with the under here as well with the Cubs and the Reds. At 7.5, really, that's wrong, right? Yeah, okay. I got to fix that. The line is just off totally here on this one. Okay, I knew that's why I was staring at it and I wasn't saying anything for about felt like forever there for a second. The line here is now the line was probably right because we've had a pretty big. No, the line was never right. But here it is at I'll call it $1.20 and the total's 9. Okay, that's right. Okay, I want the under for sure. I was like, why am I on this under 7.5 here? That doesn't make sense. That'd be a massive play that would be a premium on the over. But I'm on the under here at 9. It was actually 8.5 over 20 at some spots, and maybe even 9 under, but it's gone up here a little bit. So I think I'm getting a little bit of the best of it. I know they were in Cincinnati, probably had a bunch of home runs, but I'll take the under. Cubs. Mark Lee, hello. Great to have you. Mark says Cubs money line or first 5, possibly. Just get in and out, I think is what he's suggesting here. Imanaga, 4, 3, and 4 in the first 5 so far this season. The Cubs in the first 5 are 22, 30, and 13, which certainly is worse than their win-loss record, that's for sure. The Reds, meanwhile, in the first 5, they are 26 and 28 and 11, so that's kind of right on what they're doing. Orioles and Rays here, and the Orioles are not feeling like they're not letting the Rays breathe at this point. They're, I don't know, what do you do to you don't hold them underwater. You can't drown them. But whatever they're doing, the Orioles are just smashing here at this point. Look, it's all about the Yankees, but these guys are right there, hot on their tail, setting it up for just going to be a great summer between the Orioles and the Yankees, it feels like. And I don't know. I mean, it feels like the Yankees may have all the advantages if you look at it man for man, but these guys are clicking right now, winning 12 of their last 16. You got Rodriguez coming in here. He's got a 4 ERA in his last 3 starts, but a couple of wins in there. Orioles pound no matter where they are, it feels like. They've gone 20 and 10 on the road this season. They've gone over in 8 of their last 13. They've also gone over in 6 of Rodriguez's last 8 starts coming into this one. So I don't feels like they're gonna pound the tail possibly. He's got a 4.5 ERA in his last 3 starts. For the Rays right now, they've gone over in 4 of their last 6. Oh, this no wonder. Okay, I see. I had the line duplicated. This is more right. 135 and 7.5. The line maybe has gone up to 8 under 20, and since I'm going to go with the over, I will update the line here and at least put it at 8 under a little bit. And maybe that's why with the line going higher here, I don't know, it feels like this is a decent spot for the Orioles lineup. Of course, right now, all the spots feel pretty good for these Orioles bats. Feels like they keep answering all the questions here. The Rays, they were improving, definitely coming back a little bit, getting their record a little bit more respectable. But feels like here they've just run into another strong team here. I would imagine that the advantages reside with Rodriguez against the Rays lineup. I do think the Rays, I think with Lowe, they can get some runs here. I'll take the over as my play, and let's get yours. With the doubles. He wants to go under that 9. Here's Twisted with Baltimore. Thomas says, give me Baltimore in the under. Is doubles just giving us his premium right here? Cubs premium on side. I think he might have just given us a premium right here. Am I supposed to write this down? Here's Orioles here for Blake. It's good to have Blake here today. Doubles on Baltimore here. Ron on the Orioles as well. Jeff says Baltimore's a hot pick here. We've got it. Ring it up. Ding, ding, ding. The chat's got a consensus here with the Orioles. Maybe we need Twisted. Maybe Twisted, we need for our graph, like a consensus. We could bring it up and, cover it. Consensus or something. I don't know. I never got those, by the way. I'm going to, I'm going to try to find a way to communicate with you. But wondering if which account you sent it to or where I should have been looking, because I did not get those from you. And maybe I was just looking in the wrong place, actually. As everybody could tell, I used to be on the cusp of technology. In fact, I once wrote, a horse racing program using sprites on a Commodore 64, using BASIC. And here's Ray. That was the extent of my career. All right. Give me the over with the Orioles and the Rays today. Let's move up next here to the Brewers and the Tigers. I think we got it straight here now with Wilson. I think that's who they've been talking about, going to be out there today. So we'll roll with it. Going up against the Tigers here, line with Wilson. Let me make sure, about $1.70, 7.5 over 20. Starting to see some 8s out there right now. So maybe this one is only going higher, it feels like at this point. Feels like a pretty high price. Oh, Tiger, I don't have Screwball in there. Screwball is the pitcher. Let me type that in. I know Thomas always likes that. All right. So Screwball there, $1.70. I don't know. Brewers won yesterday 5-4. What's so special here today other than Screwball? But Wilson probably not an awful option here, considering what the Brewers' plans probably are for this game. I think they know what they're getting into, what they're going to be doing here in this matchup is making kind of a bullpenny type of game. They've dropped 3 of their last 5. Scooble's been hot. I get it. Scooble's very, very good. 2 ERA in his last 5 starts. Detroit's won 9 of his 12 starts this season, but Detroit has now lost 3 straight here after yesterday's 5-4 loss in the game. So Brewers have looked good here in this series. Tigers have gone over in 6 of their last 8 at home. Scooble's gone over in 9 of 12, which points to the run support that he's kind of received here. But it feels like the Brewers' plans, should be just fine in this game. I mean, we know there's nothing wrong with the Brewers, with the Brewers bullpen as a whole. I mean, one of the best. Certainly, I would think top 5 pens seems going right now. So I think this line is probably too high for me. I'll grab the run line just in case. I mean, I'd probably have to lay about $1.25 or so. Oh, God, it's $1.50. Ugh. All right. Well, I like to win. I'll take the Brewers on the run line here in this one. It's all right. It's just my show pick. Let's see here. Beanie Man, Tigers, and SMS. Already talking about the Phillies. Got something rolling here. Bryce Harper's up, 2 on, and nobody out. Law Dog going to be rolling Tigers here. Tigers plus 1.5. That I think either Law Dog has it. He meant minus 1.5, or maybe he does. Maybe he's laying that because plus 1.5. Isn't that probably like minus $3 or something? So Doubles says he likes Milwaukee here because of the price. Yeah, it still might be hard to go against Scooble, right? But I'm going to go against Scooble here just because of the price. The Brewers, look, nothing, Brewers right now. We said they're mashing, right? They're still kind of mashing. Maybe people overlooking this offense here, Jeff. Jeff's going with Detroit, though, here in the first 5. Scooble's 8-2-2 in the first 5. So Tigers are just 26, 28, and 10 in the first 5, but Scooble, very, very solid. Milwaukee, 32, 24, and 8 in the first 5. Very good, very solid for a successful team. Iran also, first 5 for Detroit. Thank you, Twisted. Thank you. If you did yesterday too, maybe I just missed it. I don't know why, but I will. I was really looking forward to it. But today may be a little better, a little slower today on Sunday. Here's Brew Crew for Fernando. First 5 Tiger, a lot of first 5 Tigers here. Scooble 8-2-2 is one of the best first 5 records of any pitcher going. So for sure. Okay. Other than that, Twisted, there are some other. Believe it or not, I'm just here talking to 120 of my favorite friends right now. Not too famous or anything, but usually if you just type Ramon Scott and then like some word that relates to sports or something like that, I come up, even though there's a couple of Ramon Scotts out there. In this other Ramon Scotts out there, like the former wide receiver at Great Lakes State, a former Laker, Ramon Scott. Great Lakes Lakers. Or what is it? One in Minnesota? Grand Lakes? Can't think of it right now. All right, let's keep it moving here on the show with the Guardians going up here against the Marlins and Rogers. So here's the problem with Rogers. Look, you want to try to find a spot here. This feels like it should actually be kind of a spot for the Marlins, but I can't do it. Probably not going to take the Marlins, even though some of the sharps are saying Marlins here. But Rogers, the Marlins with Rogers are 1-10. It might be 1-11 by now. 1-10 behind Rogers this season are the Marlins. He's got a 5.29 ERA in his last 4 starts. Not like he's not getting run support. Actually, he's not getting that great a run support, but the Marlins have lost 7 of 10. Cleveland's won 17 of 23. Marlins have gone under in 11 of their last 16, and Cleveland's gone under in 5 of their last 6. For Carrasco, he has a 4 ERA in his last 3 starts. He hasn't been great, but he's always done very, very well against the Marlins in his career. The veteran, a 3.34 ERA in 11 starts against the Fish. Miami is just 12-24 currently at home this season. We get any selections you might have here on this one between the Guardians and the Marlins today? Where we got the Ron Hahn on the Guardians here. And that's right, Jeff. That's right. Tell me if I'm any good. All right, here's Blake. He's on the Guardians. And let's see here. Brent doesn't like the pitching in this one. Darren likes a Yerfie here in this one today. Let's see. When Darren's on a Yerfie, that makes my ears perk up like, wow. Carrasco's allowed a first inning run in 4 of 9 starts, and Rogers has allowed a first inning run in 2 of 11 starts. The Marlins have scored a first inning run in 15 of 64, touch below average, and the Guardians 17 of 63, just maybe a notch below average. Guardians an over here for SMS. Jeff's on the over. Twisted does not like Sunday MLB. It just comes so quick and it's over. And Ron likes the Phillies get a run here, 1-0. Oh, I forgot to say. Now he says it. I'm one of those guys, the game's already started. Oh, I'm on the Phillies. Yeah, I'm on the Phillies. 1-0. Actually, I'm on the Phillies. It's documented here on the site. Don't want to just say it like that, like I'm just making it up. Phillies were my premium play here in this one. Look, there's no doubt the steam came in on the Mets. Mets looked pretty sharp yesterday, actually, for an inning or two, right, in the game. But I feel like the Mets right now are just a little bit overmatched. I feel like the intensity of the game, you see it here. Even though it's baseball, it does feel a little bit special here still. And when you got a team that maybe is decidedly better, I think it's going to help in a game with a little bit of extra energy, if you will. All right, we've got the Mariners. Oh, did I give my, let me go back to that. Oh, no, I did, right? I'm on the under here with Carrasco and Rogers. Probably couldn't do this as a premium. Feel pretty close at this one. Especially if it's going to be here. Okay, 8.5. That's fine. 8.5. I'm down with this. I still don't think it's going to make a premium here necessarily, but I've seen some handicappers out there on the over for sure. But I want the under. Okay. And I don't know if Mike's talking, but I just want to mention this while we're talking about the Phillies. I don't know if you guys caught that yesterday, but it was over in that game for Fernando. Oh, it sounds like Thomas is saying the Guardians got a premium or a consensus here, you guys. And talk about, but how about, so yesterday, how about Jason Worth? He was a 10% owner of the Kentucky Derby winner. How about that? Worth had already kind of put his hat into the ring. He attended a Keeneland sale, met that ownership group before too. He was already looking like he was headed in the horse racing game to spend a little money. It's an expensive game, but said he expected it to kind of fuel his competitive fire a little bit. And sure enough, for Jason Worth, the former World Series champion, and yesterday he is on the winner Dornock at 17-1. Not on the winner. Well, he was on the winner. Apparently, they were on, as you're going to bet on your horse, but they might have went pretty big on that, and might have carried a nice payday with that too for Worth and his friends there. But Worth 10% ownership in Dornock, the winner of the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga. That probably should have been on the monologue. That was pretty cool. Peasy's here today. Guardians for Mark, first 5. All right, here we are with next up the Seattle Mariners taking on the Kansas City Royals and Regans. And well, look, I thought Royals were probably pretty solid play yesterday. We ended up here on the total under. I'm gonna probably go back to the under again today in this one with Kirby and Regans. Feels like it's gotten slammed here pretty hard actually by the Sharps currently. For Reagan's at this point, I mean, certainly having some pretty good success here, and I would think it could continue here against Seattle today, the way the Mariners are kind of going. They've won 9 of their last 13, but I have some concerns. They've been not maybe producing the runs that they should. They've gone under in 11 of their last 17 games. Reagan's a 1.5 ERA in his last 3 starts, a 2-1 record in those starts. Kansas City 5-2 with Reagan's in those home starts. The Royals are 24-10 at home right now. They're really on a roll. Seattle comes in here with Kirby a 5.5 ERA in his last 3 starts. The Mariners are 0-6 with Kirby on the road this season, but pretty good numbers in his career against Kansas City, a 2.77 ERA and a 1-0 record. Just 2 starts, but pitched well. So I'm going to take the under here for sure. This one just missed my card, actually. I do like the side in this game. I got this a premium, but man, I like the under here. But you see it there, 8 under 20. Forget about it. I'm sure it's 7.5 everywhere right now. In fact, it's even juiced to the under at some spots. So not much value here. So let's give it out as our play here on the show with the Mariners and the Royals total to go under as my play here. Twisted's on the Royals. Thomas, Kansas City money line. Brent may like the Mariners. Can't do it. Ain't going to do it. Twisted's got his plays there. Darren says, give me the Royals. Give me a Nerfy. Kirby's allowed a first inning run in 3 of 12 starts. Those are the same numbers that Reagan's has, allowing in 3 and 12 starts. For Seattle, they have scored a run in the first inning in 16 of 66, just a notch below average. The Royals, they're a notch above average, 21 of 65 games a run in the first inning. Keep it going right now with the Red Sox and the White Sox with Kelly going up here against Flexen today in Boston. In Chicago, I'm sorry. Doubles would be mad if I got, doubles would be mad there. Zach Kelly here getting the start. I'm sure that for Boston, they'll piece together their bullpen game here today, starting with Kelly in this one. Been a big disappointment here all of a sudden this weekend. For Boston, not for the White Sox. The White Sox are on that 2-game winning streak. Who'd they beat? They beat this Boston Red Sox team. We know that. Chicago snapped that 14-game winning streak with back-to-back wins. Feels like Boston. I mean, if you're losing to the White Sox, I was like, you're going to win against them today. No chance. I'll take the run line just because I'm scared, because I have not been with the White Sox in quite a while. But a 2-game winning streak, I mean, if you're ever going to fade them, right, here's it. But I don't know. I think there's a problem here with Boston this weekend. They just don't have it. They just don't have it. Here comes Ron Hahn. Give me the Red Sox to roll. I tried that yesterday as a premium, Ron, and here I am back on the White Sox now. I did not like that. Mike on the Red Sox. And Thomas says he wants a Chicago white sauce. The sauce. Yeah, shout out if you're out there. Sauce. All right. There's a problem with both teams. There's a problem. If your name's Sox, you probably got a problem. How many other Sox out there? There was the Amarillo. What were the Amarillo Gold Sox? How many other Sox have there been? I'll take the White Sox on the run line. I don't want any part of the Red Sox. You just lost to these guys twice. Red Sox have lost 4 of their last 6 right now. They are 18-15 on the road, but Flexen hasn't been great. We know that. 6.75 ERA in his last 4 starts. 2-9 for Flexen, or 2-9 for the White Sox with Flexen. So not easy, and I'm only going to take them here on the show. I'll give the White Sox a chance here. Minus $1.25 or so on that run line. Give me the White Sox. Go Pale Hose. Rockies and Cardinals. This one I was ready to go on a total here, but on a premium, I'm just going to play it here on the show with the under with the Rockies and the Cardinals. Just feels like when these two teams get together in St. Louis, it just feels like an under. For Black, he's got a 3.86 ERA in his last 4 starts. Cardinals will piece it together here with Palante, who's did okay here. Cardinals have lost 6 of their last 9 right now. Rockies have lost 6 of 8. Talk about teams that are not going anywhere at this point. Rockies are just 10-24 on the road this season. I'm taking the under, though, here with Black and Palante as my pick. Currently, the total here has started to drop here to 8.5, under 15. A little bit of juice to the under now, so it is moving under. Doubles will always take Colorado here. Ron's on the Cardinals. And we tried the Cardinals here on the show yesterday on the run line. That didn't work, so I'm going to move to the total and go under. And here is Mike on the Cardinals. Yeah, bright doubles. The White Sox will trade their best guys. I missed a few plays. Okay, there we go. That's right, right, Jeff. You don't have to take the White Sox, but I do because I got to pick a play on every game. That's my commitment here on the morning steam. There's always going to be a winner or loser, so why not try to pick it? That's what I'm going to do. Never pass here on the show, unless there's like no pitchers or something. Here's the Blue Jays. They're taking on the Athletics with Francis and Spence in this one. Another one where I was really wanted to take the under here. I'm concerned about the bats of these two teams right now, and just couldn't quite get there. Just end up with the total. Go under here with the Blue Jays and the A's today. This was mostly a bullpen game here for Toronto. They've gone over in 5 of their last 8, but they've won 8 of their last 11 games coming into this one. Spence is looking okay so far for Oakland. He's got a 3.32 ERA in 4 starts so far. He's gone under in all 4 of those starts. The A's have gone under in 10 of their last 13 games. They've won 3 of their last 7. That's pretty okay for the A's. I'm going to take the under here in this one. Very, very close to a premium, but I'm going to give it out on the show here. Give it out. Like it's some great honor that you guys get this free play from me. I want your plays on this game between the Blue Jays and the A's. Mark Lee says, give me the A's in the first 5. Spence, 0-3-1 in first 5 for Oakland with Spence, but they're also just 1-3 with Spence. So decent numbers, not a lot of run support, not a big sample. But the A's are 20, 42, and 4 in the first 5. That is not great compared to their overall, or no, I should say that actually that is, that's that's below what they're doing in the full game. I guess that's what I'm trying to say here. In that one in Toronto, 28, 27, and 9. Here we go. And here they come the plays on the game with Oakland and Toronto. Mark loves the under. Thank you, Ron. Great job as always. Here's Frankie, Oakland run line. Jeff, Oakland run line. Fernando, under. Double says, give me the A's. Toronto's wishy-washy. And Zverev leading this second set here at the French Open, 4-2. Alcaraz took the first set, 6-3. Like I said, we're in for a long one here. Probably should have given out the over, too. here on this match. Feels like we are in for a marathon. And I think those 4.5 games will be just fine if it goes 5 sets. Okay, Astros and Angels here, Verlander and Sandoval, and saw the Astros pretty much just handle the business yesterday, limiting the Angels to 1 run and a pretty confident victory, it felt like, for the Astros. They won for fun yesterday in this one. And I'm going to probably end up on the Astros here with Verlander. Not a great price. Probably not going to roll any premium here with Verlander. He's got a 3.5 ERA in his last 3 starts right now. Houston's won 4 of their last 5. Sandoval, 6.32 ERA in his last 3 starts. The Angels are just 1-7 with Sandoval in his last 8 starts. He's 0-5 with an 8.13 ERA against Houston in his career. 8 career starts, pretty bad. Woeful. Angels have gone 10-23 at home so far this season, under in 8 of their last 10 games at home. I will mention this umpire here, Trump Payne, has gone under so far this season in 9 of 11 games. So I'm going to go with the Astros, though, here in this one. I figure Verlander can still handle this. Sandoval, not quite doing enough here right now. Verlander, yet to see really dominating Verlander. Well, it's over a full game, if you will. I think any moment he's going to strike you out, but enough here to get it done, I would think, against the Angels. And I don't want to put this price in on the road necessarily as a premium. So give me the Verlander here money line on the show. And we'll get a couple of more comments from you. Hey, Brent's got some numbers for us today. Twisted leaning to the Angels. Frankie on the Angels. And Astros for Brent here. Doubles on the under. And let's see there. Okay, here we go. Next game up is the Diamondbacks and my Padres. Well, I'm sure you're all just waiting for my pick here in this one. I never get the Padres wrong, do I? Yeah, sometimes we do, but I don't know. Do you feel like you always know when your team is going to win or lose? I see a lot of the, and I love these guys. I love watching the shows. There's, some homers. I'm a homer. I'm a big homer. I'm a big time homer for sure. But I'm a homer to this extent where I feel like I'm pretty even keeled, right? I'm going to go against my teams. Maybe it's because those guys that are home, they've got championship teams, and I've been living a life of misery when it comes to home team sports. So, but the Padres won 2. They're going to win again today with this exciting rookie. He's gotten pushed along too here a little bit with the Padres injury woes as well. But hey, so far so good. And I would think here against Arizona, when the Padres find somebody they can beat, you guys, it just doesn't even feel like it's a factor. And when you look at, getting swept, Padres have some of the goofiest statistics over the last 3 seasons, right? With all the, losing the extra inning games, all the, just these bizarre things that make them look like a team that has not a full mental focus, a team that doesn't quite have the fortitude to be a championship team. All the talent in the world, but lacking in focus. So, all right. And they've got, Machado missed a couple of days, so he was back. And the Diamondbacks come in here 15-19 on the road. They've gone over in 7 of their last 8 games. Maybe the Padres could get to Mago here in this one. This will be kind of a bullpen game, I think, for the Diamondbacks. The Padres have lost a few games before they came in here against Arizona, but Mazur allowed just 1 run in 6 innings in his first start. Padres have gone under in 5 of their last 7. They're just 15-20 at home, but I think they beat Arizona, and I'm going to take the Padres. You know I am. I'm a homer for these guys, at least for today. I've certainly been against them in plenty of times. You guys know that. Here's Twisted on the Padres. Looks like Thomas is on the Padres money line here. Darren Padres doubles to take Arizona. And you look at the price here. What did I have? Do I have it at a? It's gone up a little bit past this price. It's $1.40, $1.45 now at some of the square books around. So Padres get a little momentum here.
Steam playing.
Brent for Mazer, just a pretty good. Padres do a pretty good job in their farm system, and this guy is probably ticketed for the major leagues eventually. Pitched pretty well, but he's been rushed to the major leagues here because the Padres have, of course, injuries right now to Darvish and Musgrove. Here's Fernando on the over. Hey, you might have heard that steam just a minute ago in the background come rolling in. It's on a game that I already gave you as my play. Hope you don't mind that, but under in Giants and Texas right now. They're taking under 8, and you could still get a juiced up 8 at several places, but there are 7.5s starting to appear. 7.5 flat at Circa right now. 7.5 flat at some of the square books like Bovada, and out here in Vegas, 7.5 over 15 at South Point. So Giants Rangers are moving under on that game. We already gave out the under here, and that was my pick, remember? So that's Thomas Lewis, Ramon Scott special. Here's Diamondbacks on Thomas. Thomas on the Diamondbacks. Huh? Okay, and Thomas says the Padres are a consensus play. So we have one more game to look at. I don't think we're going to get a consensus on the last game, Thomas, if you want to prepare your panel, prepare your graphic. If we do, we can add it, but I don't. You know what? Everybody knows what game it is, so I don't think we're going to get that one. Yeah, Darren Zverev looking pretty good. And again, the other thing about Carlos, I'm not giving out a live play. Haven't been able to watch the match too closely here with you guys. But again, the weakness with Alcaraz, and again, can't argue it. It's pretty much he's made it all the way to the final. But, he's wearing that giant, it's just a wrap. It's probably like a compression sleeve. I used to wear that when I was a big-time slow pitch softball player. Okay. I'd wear that sleeve on my arm, make me feel a little bit tighter and better when I was throwing that ball or whatever I was doing. So, but maybe his arm, he could see fatigue, maybe against some of the other opponents where, he's able to mow through a little bit. Yeah, he's had a little tougher road, but still kind of mowed through these guys a little bit to get to this point. But still, Zverev, no fluke. No doubt about it, and on a great surface for him here, could be making a big-time match of this one for sure. Okay, one more. I don't think we're going to have a consensus, but we'll see with the Dodgers and the Yankees. Everyone wants to see Gil pitch again. Should be good. He's going up against Glasnow, so this is supposed to be a hot pitching matchup. I'll just take the under. It's Sunday Night Baseball after all. And did I have an over? At least I think I had one over, right? I better. All right, let's take a look at this one, though, with the Dodgers here and the Yankees tonight. For Gil, he's certainly the hottest pitcher going, it feels like, in the majors right now. 6-0 in his last 6 starts and a ERA of 0.7. He's going up against the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight. That's going to be real great test. First time he's ever faced this team. It's gone under in 3 straight. Yankees have won 26 of their last 35 games, but one was a decisive loss last night to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yes, we had a premium on the Los Angeles Dodgers last night. Felt pretty easy. Despite a little bit of a slow, it was a slow start, but the Dodgers pounded them. They've won 7 of 10. They're 20-13 on the road. Look, the team from the Bronx has a better record. We know that, but the Dodgers, Glasnow, last 4 starts, he's 0-3 with an ERA close to 4. maybe that evens it out for you, but it's always been pretty good against the Yankees. Remember the former Ray also 2.74 in 9 career starts is his ERA. With a 4-2 career record. So Yankees 21-10 at home. I've got the under in the big Sunday night game. Wouldn't have been neat to take these teams to London, but I know the Yankees were just there. And this is cool with the Phillies and the Mets. But you think of the Dodgers and their great history, and okay, we got any plays here? Frankie Diamond. I want to thank Frankie for being here. There's a famous Frankie Diamond that's done a lot of sports on YouTube. I think his name was Is that you, Frankie? Anyways, appreciate you being here too with your plays. But was that his name? Frankie Diamond, right? From Las Vegas. And the show that he had or has, right? From the studio. He was like one of the first guys to do it. I don't know if it was Frankie Diamond. What was that gentleman's name? He was really good. Kind of, like a Tony style. All right. Twisted said the Yankees will steal this one. And Double says, give me the Yankees with a Judge home run. Doubles has a premium on the total. I'll stop talking about Chad stopping by, ready to roll with our WNBA. Please stand by, Chad. I'll go fast here. I think we're in agreement on some of these. Get to you. We might be in agreement on all of them. I'm not looking that closely here. Says Thomas. Mike on his Yankees here. I want to say, of course, and of course, yeah, Soto. Yeah, he needs to heal his elbow, needs to heal something else. I don't know. I know he is hurt here, but again, don't want to, love watching Juan solo play. I'm pretty glad he's not on our team anymore, and I hope he never comes back to bite us, but it's all about chemistry. Yankees are doing great, no doubt about it. If they win it all, no problem. Okay, think you got all your plays in. That's it for baseball. Let's get rolling because Chad's here. He's timed it right. And we want to roll with the W. And I think I'm ready to roll with the W. I think I got plays on all the games here for you today. I've already got 2 premiums today. I think I got 3. I think I got 4. I think I'm going to have 4 premiums. I got 2 in the system right now, and I think I like all 4. Maybe I got to wait for Chad here to see what he says. Mystics and Liberty. We saw yesterday, of course, Liberty. We had them here, of course, yesterday as a winner on the show. Chad, I struggled yesterday. I need your help here to get some winners today, actually. But we did have the Liberty here as our show winner yesterday, and great job, right? They lost the lead, then came back and looked very confident down the stretch here. Vandersloot, is she going to be out here again? Connecticut. Missing the game against let me get that straight. I think she's listed as questionable in this one, right? So, okay. Let me get it going here, though. I'm going to take the Liberty here to roll over the Mystics. In this one, just no help right now. I'm hoping for good things for the Mystics in the future. I hope they can get it together and not kind of, let this one go down here a little bit, because you really do want to give these guys a chance. You don't want any team to be really, really bad, but this doesn't look good. Look, I think the Liberty have gotten this situation under control I think they're going to win the East and represent at the Commissioner's Cup certainly now. But I'm probably going to roll with it. And just as a free play here, I really think that Washington might be the Liberty. I rate them as drastically improved defensively over last year's team. Now, is it enough to get them over the hump in the end? I don't know about that, but that's funny. I don't know if we should call him that, Chad, but I want to call him that. All right. And Mystics, yeah, with don't forget the back-to-back as well, right here. So Double says he still likes the Mystics. I just have real problems with the Mystics personnel here. They'll be missing, of course, Austin and Sykes still. It feels like this franchise has just been left behind this season with all the things that have been going on with the league this year. And I don't want to rehash the story every time with Deladon, but it is certainly the biggest part of this team's problem, not being able to replace such a key player. And just basically losing that player. And not only that, got missing some players here as well. Washington has gone under in 3 straight, coming off of an over. Series is 6-0-1 to the over, including 2 meetings this year, 90-79 as a 13-point favorite, and 85-80 as an 11-point favorite. The Mystics got the money in both of those. Say hello to Wine Time today. Always great to see Wine Time in here. And here's some plays here by Twisted. And Double says, might have to rest these players. But Chad says, what, not going to. But if anything, I think here the Liberty, they could maybe, I don't know, I want to get into what you guys are saying about resting and make a debate about it. But look, I think they'll win this game, and this Commissioner's Cup position is going to be at hand at this point. I mean, they are, after all, 4-0. They would have to lose this game by like 100 points, and then Connecticut would have to win by like 75 or something. I don't know what it is, but Connecticut and Indiana, I mean, they're 2 teams with 1 loss with 2 games to play, but it's over. Liberty, even if they, lose this game, unless they were to lose it by 1 billion, the Commissioner's Cup's done. So I'm still going to take them to roll because I just think Washington, way too many problems. I'll take it on the show here as my play. I have real concerns about Washington here today. I was leaning over last night, but the more I got into this game, man, Washington, it's going to be the motivation of the Liberty. If they play hard and cover this game, the Mystics, they're going to be stuck in the 60s today, it feels like. And like I said, I might not go this is the one, kind of like what Chad was saying. This is the game that I might avoid the premium. I kind of just teased it as to what way I was leaning over last night, but I don't know now so much. That's all. Then that might be the reason why I don't have a premium in that one. Maybe we'll just have 3 premium. Here's the Mercury taking on the Wings, and we got a pretty important game here, certainly out west with the Mercury and the Wings. I mean, not for the Wings. The Wings are all of a sudden stinking it up here a little bit. But the Mercury at 2-1, they certainly can think that they still have a chance to get to the Commissioner's Cup, depending on the results here today and what happens. So teams met on May 25th. It was a 107-92 victory. Dallas won and covered 5 points in that one. For Phoenix, they come in 5-6, 6-5 against the spread. They won against Minnesota 81-80 as a 4-point dog. Dallas has won 5 straight meetings in this series, including all 4 matchups last year. But right now, Dallas just 3-6, 5-4 against the spread, 1-2 against the spread at home. And I would imagine that they might have a devil of a time covering Kalia Copper here. She had 34 points versus Minnesota. She's one of the hottest players in the league right now. You got a few players in this league. You talk about all the great rookies, man. Some of these veterans, they've already kind of turned the corner on their careers a little bit. I'm not talking about the Tarasis. I'm talking about the ones that are have maybe already reached their age peak, but they only seem to be getting better with time right now. And Kalia Copper right now, you talk about maybe a good time to talk about the Olympic team, who's in, who's out, who deserved to be in. I I walked back my comments. Maybe it was Doubles who called me out a little bit, or yesterday on Caitlin Clark. Yeah, I would probably try to find a way. It's a little bit disrespectful. You're trying to find who it could be to replace. And with all due respect, Diana Taurasi, definitely on the downside of her career. Could she be the most important person on an Olympic team? She could be, given her leadership and uh, style and all that. But Clark, her future is long term, and the sports growth long term relies on Clark. No matter what's going on with some of this stuff, it's all based on kind of the controversy too. So, uh, Team USA, USA basketball should have taken the steps to make sure they get this huge draw on their roster. They used the excuse of, well, if she sat on the bench, we're going to get, you know, controversy that way too. Sue Bird sat on the bench. No problem there, right? You're going to be blowing all these teams out. Everybody's going to get in the game. So uh, maybe, just maybe, you look at the current status of who's injured. We're going to talk about Vegas here in a moment with Chelsea Gray. We've got some time. She could return. Uh, Still time to get Caitlin Clark on this roster. I believe that she may actually end up on this roster by the time we head to Paris. But I do think I regret saying that I thought that there were, and maybe I'm right to a certain extent. You can look at the guards here and probably say, because Clark leads the league in turnovers, for example, but the impact on the game worldwide, right? It's not uh, some of those players just say that she'll have her time. We'll tell that to Arika Agumbawale, who they told her that she'd have her time. And, she got held back from her Olympic experience. So the time is now. And I believe that I will side with the people that are saying Clark should be on the team, do the right thing, and uh, find a way, and maybe by injury that will happen. Again, other comments. She'll get rest here. She's been playing all this time. I don't think Caitlin Clark is saying, "Hey, I'll take the rest right now." I mean, this is a time, right? You strike when the iron's hot, and for these ladies and their salary structures and the money. Look, millionaire, uh, you know, multi times over by the end of her career as well. But uh, the other people, look at what we keep criticizing about with Clark, right? And these other players. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Same thing with Team USA, and the rest of the world wants to see Caitlin Clark at the Olympics. All right, I'll take in the Mercury. Did we have a preview here of this one between the Mercury and the uh, uh, Dallas Wings? I'll take the over in this one with these two. Look, we have Griner and Allen back talking about the Olympic team here. Griner's back. I mean, she got broken toe. She's back. So, she's going to be on the Olympic team. She's a world-class player, is going to be a Hall of Fame player. So they've returned. Funny thing was, I was wrong. I was like the old Arthur Fonzarelli. I was wrong. I was wrong. I can't say the word. I was wrong. I thought when Allen and Griner were going to be announced late in the lineup, that line would shift drastically the other night in their game. But the line hardly moved. It moved 1 point when Griner and Allen were announced in the lineup. Well, I was already on Phoenix. I pounced on that one again. Once we knew, I thought I was already on. I'm thinking, hey, you know what? I'm going to take these 4.5, 5.5 points. And you know what? If they're not announced in, there's a little button on some of the sports books. You can just take your bet back. When the line is the same or they adjust, the cash at whatever. But I said, you know what? If they're announced in, I might get a chance at a 4 or 5 point middle if I want. I think if these two players, Brittany Griner, Rebecca Allen, if they're announced in, that line's going to move. Well, maybe the lines makers or the betting public just doesn't respect those players or Phoenix. Phoenix has had their share of troubles, but they're 2-1 in the Commissioner's Cup tournament right now, and the line moved maybe a half a point or a point, and I was like, oh well, give me Phoenix again, and they rolled in that. They won. Jaylen Brown's out for Dallas here. I've got the over in this one between Phoenix and Dallas. I see the chat's blowing up probably on my little editorial there. Chad's on the Mercury here. And, oh, wow, the Phoenix gone up to -2 here. Oh, boy. Man, that might be one I have to fix. I might have to fix that line a little. Yeah, we better fix that line. I already have a premium play in this one, and don't want, all I can do is beat the line. I hope all my subscribers get in on good lines. I'm a master. I try to give the worst line possible. Even when I go backstage to pick the lines, I pick the worst. We get a book as like a sports book. You can kind of look and see where the line's at. I always try to pick the worst one. Make sure the customers get the best line. But, all right, and they're -2 now. You say, huh? I see some 1.5 out there. I'll call it -2 here, but I got the over here with Phoenix and Dallas. Let me see where all these comments about my editorial, or was it about the game? Here's wings. Here's wings for Mark Lee. And Chad, you know what? I mean, I think, Chad, you and I probably see things the same way, but I think more open-minded. If I went on what's being accomplished on the court, what you've accomplished all time. No, she's not in it. But I think you have to look beyond that with this generational player who I would think is destined for greatness. Look at her stats as a rookie. Pretty darn good. The turnover thing, look, no one's been harassed like this player has been harassed. Here's some steam coming in right now in Major League Baseball right now with Twins and Pirates. Over. We recommended the under, but hey, maybe I can get a better line. I can get back up to 8 now here in that one with the Twins and the Pirates. I said under earlier, but steam's coming in on the over right now with these two teams. Let me just take a peek here with the Twins and the Pirates real quick. Showing the total now is at 8 over 20, 8.5 under 15 at Bovada. Woo! I would have gone premium maybe on that. I'd have to look to see, but usually on a total over on a Sunday, I'm not as worried. Under, you're worried because that means players are out. Over, now I'm on the under, but I'm just saying if you were like leaning over or something, you'd be like, wow. Okay, let me see here. Let's see. Chris is here today. Good to see Chris. Brent's got a prediction for the game. Chad's got his plays there. And Jeff, right, and it became a microcosm. They didn't realize it probably when they thought it. Maybe they did. I mean, had to take some thought process in that, but they end up looking like the whole, like the wrong. That's what made me switch. When I said, oh my God, the league now looks like the rest of the league. We're just trying to shun our cash cow. Yeah, but doubles, I think it still goes. We're not about talking, I think when it comes to the Olympic team, you're not about what they're doing right now. After all, the Olympics is every 4 years. Maybe we should be looking at how they do every 4 years. With Caitlin Clark, you get the NCAA's all-time leading scorer and the biggest, arguably the biggest draw in women's basketball history. Another player who got, let me see here. Yeah, I think, right, Chad? I think Phoenix, look, I've been down on Phoenix. We knew these players are going to come back. Jeff on Mercury money line. Fernando getting back on this. Carla Brown is here. And Carla, I think for you, we're going to have a UFL pick coming up in just a moment. I've got one. I've made a bet, so I might as well just give it out. Yeah, Fernando, I'm still on. I'll stick with the under. I'm getting the best of the line now, and didn't research it to see why, so I think we're just taking the under in that baseball game. All right, I think that's it for that one. Okay, a couple more. WNBA, let's go. Storm versus Lynx in this one. I'm going to grab the Storm here. Look, the Lynx may have gotten the better of the Storm so far, and the Lynx have been great. I think the Storm still feels like they're being just overlooked. This is the big game in the Western Conference. Yesterday's big game in the East was big, but this is it in the West. The Aces are pretty much done at this point at 1-1. They're not out of it. Let's be clear. But the problem here is the Aces have already lost to Seattle coming in. So if the Storm get this win, they're 3-0. They are an underdog. So give Minnesota credit. They're 2-1 in the West. The West is much more interesting for the Commissioner's Cup coming in than the East. Seattle 2-0, Phoenix 2-1, Minnesota 2-1, the Aces 1-1. This is open. This is wide open, but Seattle can do a lot of good here with a win because they own that win over the Aces. They still have a game to go against the Sparks and Dallas. Dallas not playing good. Sparks might be, they're still one of the bottom teams, even if I do, think they're maybe a little bit better than people give them credit for. But nonetheless, Seattle's a team in command here to take this and go to the championship game of the Commissioner's Cup. But this is going to be tough. They're an underdog. I'm taking them here to win against the Lynx. I'll take them plus the points here in this one for Seattle. They come in. These are the two best spread teams, it feels like, going for the most part. Seattle 7-3, 7-3 against the spread, 5-1 against the spread on the road, 2-0 against the spread as an underdog. Minnesota's 7-3, but 8-2 against the spread. They've won 3 of 4 and 5 of their last 7. Of course, they've lost that game to Phoenix, 81-80. But how about McBride? She had team record 8 3-pointers in that one. I would imagine this one, though, feels like defensive intensity here. What is the total? It's moved, right? I would imagine this total is going to fall. Was 160.5 there. Yeah, I'm seeing 158.5 at Circa currently. The line is down to 1. So the move is on the Storm and the under. What do you know? I'm giving out the Storm as my pick here today to beat the Lynx. And it could be obviously tightly contested. There's nothing wrong here with the Lynx as well. Teams met twice already, 83-70. Minnesota won at Seattle, 102-93. Minnesota won at home. So third time here that these teams are meeting. And Chad says the Storm are just better than the Lynx. Yeah, and the Lynx been great run, great program, right? You know that they'll be. It's just glad that the Lynx are kind of back to where they deserve to be a little bit here. It feels like. Oh, yeah, I see Seattle now, 1-point favorite at Bovada. Wow. I see the Phillies have added a run there, huh, guys? Let's get Twisted's plays. Let's get this show wrapped up. Man, we've been here a long time. All right. Lean to the Lynx here. And Chris on the Storm here. Fernando was leaning under last night. Yeah, I got to think, man, there's going to be – look, these teams have some, talented offensive players. But this game is – they do tend to the defense here in this league a little bit, or maybe just ineffective offenses sometimes, right? Doubles, but Brink made the 3-on-3 team. So a little bit different there. Clark was a consideration for the 3-on-3 team, but I think the players in the 3-on-3 that have won have won before know the game a little bit, maybe a little bit better. So, but there was talk about Clark. There's only 4 players on a 3-on-3 team. You only get 1 on the bench. So, all right. Twisted here on the Brahmas. Oh, I got one more WNBA game where I'd give my play out here, I think. Okay, here we go. Let's get this one because it's a nice game, even though the Sparks have been struggling. I mean, the Sparks aren't good, but there's a little bit of caveat to this. So look at the line here, 10.5, 11. It was 14, 14.5. Big move to the Sparks. They're not very good. They're 3-7, 3-6-1 against the spread. They are off a win over Dallas. Now, here's the thing. The Aces are going to be missing, of course, Chelsea Gray, but also Jackie Young. Talk about the Olympic team. You got 2 of the best players in the world. 2 players off the U.S. Olympic team missing this game. Kelsey, they'll have the rest of them, but you know what? I saw Kelsey Plum yesterday in Sonoma. So, look, you can do whatever you want on your day off, but she was up by the Bay Area. You know what she was doing? She was Grand Marshal of the auto race. She said, drivers, start your engines. So she took out a few hours at, I don't know, even if you went up there and went back, it's got to take you 4 or 5 hours, I would imagine, to get ready, see the festivities. It's going to be longer than that. It's probably a full day. So Kelsey Plum, she's out there having fun like we know she does. Is a great ambassador for women's basketball, but she'll be back there in the lineup, no problem. But still, you got an LA team here. They won 89-82 at home here, or Las Vegas won only 89-82 at home on May 18th. Behind Young, had 22 in that game. She will not play here. And Wilson, of course, had 22 points. And Wilson had a big game, man, in that last game. She leads the WNBA in scoring and rebounding at this point. But Hamby had 29 against the Aces in the last one. So I'm going to take the Sparks in this game. I already missed out on 4 points or whatever. Well, I didn't, but I'm going to give it on the show at plus 10.5. I don't mind that here in this one. And I will also want to add that Asia Wilson has 20 points in 13 straight games. That currently is tied for the WNBA record. So she has 20 points tonight. She would set the record. And I think I'm going to have a premium play on the total here in this one. Any comments? Doesn't look like it here with just a few here right now. Yeah, we were on this one, Chad, but I can't make the show go on any earlier. So I'll just give it out, though. Feels pretty good. Look, maybe normally if it was a move like, hey, we're on maybe they're overrated, but maybe with those personnel out. All right. Thanks, everybody, on that. Thanks, Chad. We'll get a few more predictions out the door. How about the Brahmas and the Battlehawks? Well, we split our plays yesterday with we did have what did we give out there? The total was the Canadian football game we got it right. They're Michigan and Birmingham. Did we have nothing in the game yesterday? Or did we give out Michigan? Whatever it was, Birmingham, I think, crushed them, right? But in this one, I'm going to look today to the total, and I'm going to go under 44 here with the Brahmas and the Battlehawks in the conference championship game. The winner advances. Also, Lions and Argonauts. I'll go double play here. Give me the Lions on the road. I'll take BC, lay the points at the Argos, and I'll go under here, 47 or so. Be my play here. Lions and under in the CFL game today. Get your comments, and we're out of here. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to everybody here. We'll catch you with more morning steam. Hope I didn't leave out any great sports that you guys want to talk about today. You can always find a way to hit me up if I'm missing something, because I do want to try to cover everything, let you know what you can bet on here every day. So, Lauren, I'm sorry. Did you get that one? I'm sorry if you just missed it right there. Going with the game here between the Brahmas and the Battlehawks under 44. Special for Lauren in the UFL conference title game. Oh, one more Steam play to get us out of here before we close the door on it. That's cool. It's on my Padre game. How about that? It's on the under here with the Diamondbacks and the Padres. Mago. I think it's Mago. It's Mago. Mago and Mazur here in this one. They're going under 8.5. Arizona and San Diego. It's a steam move right now. If you go to your local books, you'll see that this one's probably mostly 8 everywhere. 8 juice to the over right now, but all those 8.5s are gone. Under San Diego and Arizona is the steam. All right, and they're on the third set. Now Alcaraz is back in front, but Zverev won the second set by 4 games. So I'm on plus 4.5 games with Zverev. I'll keep rolling here with that. Enjoy. Looks like some more tennis. Thanks, everybody. Catch you on Monday with more Morning Steam, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. We'll have college baseball, looks like. We could probably get another game out of these 4-game twos, I would think. We can get 1 or 2 to entertain us there. And that'll do it. All right. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Catch you tomorrow here, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. More Morning Steam. For TonySpix.com, I'm Ramon Scott.
Can it be showing up with Tony T? Yes, Ramon SEO. To the double TV funnel these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning steam is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.